Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kerry from Solely Health, and today I wanted to do a talk on my journey with juicing and how I lost 10 kilos, and I've lost even more, but I lost 10 kilos from juicing. And so I wanted to tell you a little bit about that. I do have a series of 6 videos of my 40-day raw juice cleanse, which is where I lost that nearly 10 kilos. But I've continued to juice and I've lost even more weight. So I thought this would be a really cool video just to share with you guys. So if you haven't seen the journey of my 6 weeks, go back and watch them. And today I'm just going to talk about what sort of happened since then, how it sort of changed my life, and I've been able to keep the weight off and how I've done that. So what happened is, I always get confused whether it was 2 or 3 years ago. I really need to check my video. I should have done that before I started, but anyway, here we are. It was either 2 or 3 years ago. I've got a feeling it was about 2 years ago. I think it was in February. I was getting really sharp pains in my sides, and I was thinking I probably need to go to the doctor, but I like to try to heal things naturally. So I was like, okay, I've wanted to do a raw juice cleanse. I've watched lots of things on the Gerson therapy, lots of videos on people healing themselves through raw juicing and changing their diet. And at that point, I've been vegan for, I think 7 years, maybe 8 years now, vegetarian for double that. Oh no, I think it was 5 years prior to that. So I haven't eaten meat for probably like, oh God, I can't even remember, a long time, maybe 14 years or something. And mostly dairy and eggs out of my diet for the last 7-ish, 8 years or whatever, right? But my diet was still eating normal, some fried foods and things like that, cakes, biscuits, whatever, bit of junk food in there still. Just because you're vegan, it doesn't mean that you cut those things out. So I had extra weight on. I just couldn't shift it no matter what I did. I tried to starve myself, exercise, I did everything. Well, not exercise too much, but just walking and that, nothing shifted it. So I was like, all right, I've done so much research into this raw juicing. I've heard so many amazing stories on it. It's basically now or never. Just give it a go before you go to the doctor. See if you can heal your body, Kerry, by doing it a natural way. So I went out, bought a cheap juicer. It was a Breville juicer. I think it cost me maybe $150. It did the job. I juiced for 40 days. The first couple of weeks were really difficult. But once I removed that mucoid plaque, it's like all the cravings went away. Because the first 2 weeks, I had a lot of cravings for things like meat pies, a lot of foods like that I haven't eaten for years. Because, like I said, I haven't eaten meat for such a long time. I wouldn't eat food like that. So, but I just had those cravings, and it was like it was bringing up old childhood memories and emotions, and yeah, it was a very emotional journey. But anyway, after that 2 weeks, it sort of became smooth sailing. And like I said, you can watch my journey in the other videos that I've got. I'll see if I can link the first one here where I first started. But anyway, look, I did the 40 days and I had such a transformation. Like I said, the weight just dropped off, nearly 10 kilos. I wasn't exercising because I didn't have a lot of energy. It was more about healing my body and healing what was going on. And by the way, that pain went and it hasn't come back. So I don't know what it was, but it went, and the excess weight went. I just felt so alive. I feel like a different person, to tell you the truth. I know there's a bit of conflicting information about juicing, but look, I did a combination of green juices. I had fruit juices, like different combinations with fruits. I actually created a raw juice cleanse ebook on how I did the whole protocol and my juices with the recipes in there. So if you're interested, I'll put the link below. I have just loved this journey so much that I wanted to share it with people like you that have tried everything to lose the weight and you just can't lose it, and you just feel tired and lethargic and you have aches and pains and you just at your wit's end with it. So this might be for you. Look, I'm not a medical practitioner, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. This is just my journey. but it surpassed what my expectations, what I was even thinking was going to happen, to be honest. And I also have a free raw juice cleanse group as well for women. So I'll put the link for that below as well if you wanted to join that. But basically, yeah, so after I finished the 40 days and I'd shed that nearly 10 kilos, I then went on to a high raw diet because I was like, okay, so I'm juicing all this high vibrational fruit and vegetables and I'm feeling amazing. So I'm going to continue this because it's working for me. And yeah, it's kind of changed the whole trajectory of my life. So now I call myself high raw. I eat a lot of high raw foods. So I continued it from that because I thought if I go back to what I was doing, I'm going to end up with the same results. All the weight's going to pile back on. I'm going to get those pains again. So I just had so much energy. I just wanted to keep going. So yeah, I've continued a high raw diet. I've kept those 10 kilos off. I have lost even more weight and I just feel amazing. And you know, like I highly recommend it to anyone, seriously. You've got to give it a go for yourself. Like I said, there's contradicting information out there. There'll be people that say, oh, you know, you get too skinny and you're starving yourself and that, but you're not. I mean, look, this is my green juice. It is packed full of nutrients in there. You are just taking all the nutrients out of the plant and you are drinking it. And whilst I wouldn't recommend you do it forever, like an everyday thing. I mean, I have seen interviews where people have done it for a whole year when they've had like really serious medical conditions, and it's turned their medical condition around. You know, there's some Gillian Berry has some amazing interviews from people over on her channel. If you're interested, go check that out. She's got some awesome stuff there too. But yeah, I just think it's so packed with nutritional value for our body. What it does is when you're juicing, it removes the pulp, and all the fibre. So you're basically essentially just having the juice only, which still has all the nutrients in it. So what it does for your body is it allows your body to not have to work so hard to break down the food that you've been consuming. So if you're not putting food in anymore, then your body doesn't need to work hard to break it down. So you're eliminating that process. So your body has more time to rest and be gentle and to focus on healing and using that energy to heal at a cellular level. So, and I definitely felt that going on when I did my juice cleanse. The other important thing that I did too, and obviously this is personal choice, but I have absolutely loved it, is I was doing, at that point I was doing coffee enemas. So I first went to colonics and did some colonics at a proper centre. Just because I think that they reckon we can have up to 10 kilos of waste in our bowels, right? Just sitting there. So that's a lot. And so I went to a colonic centre. I had colonics done. I loved it. I loved how I felt afterwards. Just feel so light and free and clean. And so then I was like, okay, this is something I can do myself. So I researched, I found somewhere local that I could get this set up myself. And so now I do it from home. So through that 40-day juice cleanse, I was doing coffee enemas pretty much mostly every day. Just as I was healing my body, I was allowing it to flush out all the excess weight and the toxins. And I think that's why I had such great results. And you know, at the end of day 40, I was still releasing poo. Like, how crazy is that? And I wasn't even putting any food in. There was no fibre, nothing to build up. It was just all old waste. And I really wish that I had kept going, but we were going on a holiday and I needed to introduce some food slowly for that holiday. I didn't want to juice while we were away. So, but yeah, that was something that really went hand in hand with my juice cleanse, and I believe got me the results that I got. I don't do coffee anymore because coffee makes me really anxious. I'm not a coffee drinker, I never have been. But if I have had a taste of it before, it gives me anxiety and it makes me really jittery. And I was noticing I was getting that with the coffee enemas. So now I just do pure water enemas, like from my water filter that you've seen in another video. I just use pure filtered water, that's it, and flush out. I don't do them every day. I just do them when my body feels like it needs to be done. I'm just very in tune with my body, and I listen to what it needs and what it tells me. But yeah, that's been amazing. So look, you know, if you are someone that is wanting to lose weight, and you've tried everything and nothing is working, and maybe you've got some things going on in your body that you would love to heal, I would highly recommend, personally, that you give a juice cleanse a go. And you know, look, it is a mindset game. You do have to have a why, and my why was, I was at the end of my tether with this pain, and it was either I go down the medical route and get probably put on some drugs for the rest of my life, or I try and heal my body myself. And I decided I wanted to heal my body myself, and it's been, you know, 2 years, and like I said, I feel like a different person. And now I've incorporated since then, so I've got a high raw diet. I feel amazing. That makes me want to get out and move my body. And so now I've incorporated in exercising. So I got myself up, like if you've watched other videos, you would have heard me. I got myself up from not doing any exercise at all to walking, and then from walking into walk running, and then life just got busy. I let it go. I got an injury. So we're back at that point now where I'm getting back into that walk, run, which I learned is called Jeffing yesterday with my friend Teresa. If you haven't seen that interview, watch it with Teresa. She had an awesome health and fitness journey. So yeah, she's such an inspiration for me. She'll get out and do a big run in the morning, where here's me like trying to work myself up for a 10K. And I also interviewed my other beautiful friend Kath as well. I have some amazing friends, seriously. Kath is a horticulturalist, and but she went plant-based 2 years ago and changed her life as well, and she teaches about growing your own food in the garden. So I interviewed her as well. Yeah, so watch those videos if you haven't, they're really cool. But yeah, basically you know, once you start to heal your body and you start to feel more energized because you're healing your body, and you're not putting that dense, hard, heavy processed foods in it, and then you'll want to start to exercise and move your body. It's just a natural progression in the body, I think. And then you'll want to get out and walk, and you know, now I'm going to get into weights and running. I don't know if I'll be doing big marathons or anything, but I'm going to do a 10K. But you know, you don't have to do that sort of stuff. You can just get out and walk. I found walking 10,000 steps a day really helped to lose the excess weight as well. So look, this video was all about how I lost my 10 kilos doing a raw juice cleanse, how I've kept it off. That is how I've kept it off. I went high raw after I healed my body. I started walking and exercising, and I didn't go back to the ways that I was eating before. I don't eat biscuits or cakes, processed foods. I mean, every now and then I might have a biscuit or some hot chips or something, but very rare. And I do find that when I do have it, it makes me feel sick. So then it doesn't make me really want to crave it anymore anyway. And I think you lose your cravings when you change your diet to a really clean diet, because you feel so energized and so good that if you do sneak back and have a biscuit, you'll feel so low again, or lower your energy and your mood, and I just get like indigestion and stuff from it. So it's just something that I just don't really do anymore. And it's so easy to eat out that way. It's such a simple way to eat. I remember thinking years ago, our kids went to a school that was vegetarian, and we were meat eaters then. And I was like, and we would have these family gatherings at the school, and I was like, I don't even know what to take that's vegetarian. Like, I couldn't even comprehend making food without meat in it, because meat was the star of the show. And I'm like, geez, what do I make? And so anyway, I learned to be vegetarian through that process of the kids being there. And then obviously we went vegan. And now I think, oh my God, it's such an easy way to live. It is so simple. It is so cheap. It is so delicious. And we've got our plant-powered recipe book coming out soon. So I will obviously be sharing all that later on as well. So yeah, look, if you're loving my journey and want to come along with me, because I'm here to inspire you and support other people to do the same. You know, I was just doing the same thing and I wasn't feeling good. I felt lost and confused. I couldn't lose the weight. So that made me feel really crap about myself. And I felt like a bit of a failure and I hated myself. I hated my body. And yeah, through this process, I've just learnt to love myself. And, you know, I don't have the body that of my dreams right now, you know what I mean? But I love my body. I love where I'm at. I love what it does. I love what it does for me. I'm just so grateful for it. And yeah, I think you just have to shift those thoughts around your body. And definitely another thing that I've noticed is counting the calories. You will be surprised at how many calories are in something. So a teaspoon of oil. So we would cook our food in olive oil. That 1 teaspoon is 100 calories. So I was sticking around 1,200 calories to lose weight. So now if I just eat my fruit through the day, my juices, smoothies, and then at dinner I have maybe cooked tofu with a salad or vegetables or a stir fry or something, you know, I'm getting my calories in. But, you know, like one biscuit is like 70 calories. It's crazy. It is. So I used my Fitness Pal because it was synced up to my Fitbit, so I could track my steps, because I make sure I do 10,000 steps a day as well, and make sure I don't overeat my calories. And also chronometers are a really good one as well, because that will give you your breakdown of all the micronutrients as well. Which I think my Fitness Pal does, but you have to pay for it, whereas Chronometer's cheaper. It's free, so you get all that in the free version. So it's really good, and you can weigh your food. I know I thought I will never weigh my food, but because I want to do a shred, I've started to learn to actually weigh my food and calculate my calories that way. So yeah, you'll be surprised by, you know, a biscuit here and this here and that here throughout the day. And I think that what I was doing, and probably what we're all doing, is overeating. We're eating more calories than what we're actually burning off. So that's why we keep the weight on, because our body can't burn it off. So if you're eating lesser calories and you're burning more and you create that deficit, that's when you start to shed that weight as well. So, but definitely the Raw Juice Cleanse gave me that kickstart. It gave me the healing and the detoxification that my body needed. And I noticed that the weight started from here. So my face got narrow and I lost my triple chins, and then it went down, I lost some boobs, but then it went down and I just lost weight all the way down to my toes. So it went that way. With the detoxing, it came up this way. So my gut started to feel really clear, and then it came up here. I still had brain fog, but I could feel it start to lift until it was gone, and my eyes became really bright blue, and my centers, you know, the whites were white, and just the skin was glowing. And yeah, it's just that full body healing. I love it. So yeah, if you're wanting to lose weight, highly recommend it. Like I said, I'll put the Juice Cleanse ebook below. I've got the free Juice Cleanse group as well that you can join for the ladies. And yeah, anyway, I hope that I can somewhat inspire you to get started if you're feeling a little bit stuck, and not, because the hardest thing is to go, I want to achieve this, this is my goal, but how do I get there? Like, how do I get from A to B? And that's the kind of person that I want to be for you from my journey. Like I said, I'm not a health professional. I'm just me who's done this myself, and I'm so passionate about it. I want to help other women be able to achieve the same, because I know what it feels like. It's such a head fuck. It really is. So yeah, so definitely start A is juice cleansing. Even if you're like, I just can't go straight into a juice cleanse, ease into it. In the Raw Juice Cleanse ebook, I have a protocol. There's 3 phases on how you ease into a juice cleanse and how you ease back out again. So I show you how to do it properly. I do have a background in nutrition as well, and I am a kinesiologist. But look, this is all from my own personal experience on what I'm sharing and what's worked from me, because as you know, there's so much conflicting information out there. When I studied nutrition, I was confused. So there's so many fors and against everything. I think you've got to listen to yourself, you've got to listen to your body and do what works for you. And I think the more connected you get back to yourself, get off your phone, get out in nature, start walking, just quieten your mind. When you're out walking, don't have headphones in listening to anything. Just listen to the birds, listen to the wind rustling the trees, and just really connect back to yourself. And that will really help you to get in tune with your body and your intuition, and start to intuitively eat, intuitively move, and do what your body has all the answers. Trust me, it knows what it needs, it knows what it wants, it knows how to heal itself, it knows how to drop the weight. You just have to tap in and follow your body's guidance, nobody else's guidance. Everybody is so different that I think we get so stuck on following other people that are the gurus, and or there's so many influencers out there these days. There is no one way to do anything. There is so many different ways to do it, and your body is going to tell you the way that you need to do it. So tap in and listen to your own intuition and guidance and start to follow that. And I intuitively eat. I don't eat at breakfast, lunch and dinner time. I eat when my body tells me it's hungry. And that's one thing that I learned with the raw juice cleanse, was to listen to my hunger fullness cues again, because I was just eating like I had been taught at breakfast, lunch and dinner. But now I eat only when I'm hungry, so I'm not overeating. I'm just eating when my body's like, yep, I need some more fuel. Can you give me some? So I'll eat it, and I'll listen to what it wants. Sometimes it might want grapes. Sometimes it might want tofu and salad, and I just give it what it wants. And I drink a lot of water. I'll drink, try and get that 2 to 3 litres in a day, and my body just thrives on it. So, and I want that for you. So yes, anyways, if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below and I will answer your questions for you. I've got a lot of experience with this now. I've been doing it for a couple of years. Like I said, I do have a background in nutrition and kinesiology, but just my personal experience from this journey and being a woman and knowing how hard it is to lose weight. I really want to support other women because I feel amazing and I want you to feel amazing. So, anyways, I better get on with my day. I'm going to go and make some food to take with me. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you if you've made it to the end. Thank you so much. And yeah, go out and check out my other videos. Like I said, the ones where I did the 40-day juice cleanse over 6 videos. I've interviewed my friends. I'm really, really excited about this channel. So thank you so much for joining me. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I so appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I look forward to giving you more videos. If there's any topics that I haven't covered and you're wanting to cover, or you want me to talk about, please pop them in the comments as well. And we can start talking about stuff like that too. All right, thank you. Bye.